sometimes we develop a mentality that I am better than him. Why he is in a better position? Why is he in a bigger position? It is a very, very common mentality. When one is not submissive, that will be the first thing that he will develop. That I am the best. I am so much better than everybody. So why I am not the biggest position? But we must recognize, well, time will come. If I become qualified, it will happen. Why rush? Why hurry? And now let me become properly situated. After all, to be a devotee means to be humble, to be submissive. So if I have the opportunity to become submissive, why shouldn't I take advantage of that opportunity? Let me become humble, let me become submissive. Not artificially, but deep down in the heart. And whatever instructions I get from my authorities, from my superiors, I'll execute it wholeheartedly. And then in course of time, Krishna will put us in different positions. Actually, Krishna is prepared to give us all the positions because Krishna wants his men, his devotees to be in responsible positions. Krishna doesn't have only one small temple. Krishna doesn't have only one small universe. Krishna has innumerable universes and so much opportunities are there. If you want position, there is no dearth of positions in spiritual life. If Krishna wants, Krishna can say, okay, you become Indra. If Krishna wants, he can tell you that, become Brahma. So Krishna can give us the biggest positions. And also Krishna will empower us to execute the responsibilities in those positions. But if we struggle for position ourselves, if we want to grab the position ourselves, then what will happen? Then Krishna will say, okay, fine, do it yourself. Now you're on your own. Don't ask me for anything. Don't depend upon me. Do it. You want a big position? Okay, have a big position. But have we come here for that? To struggle for position, to struggle for power? No. That's a very, very gross materialistic attitude. We have come here to become surrendered to Krishna and Krishna's representatives. And we are happy just rendering service. Those who are good devotees, they are prepared to do anything. A good devotee, you tell him, Prabhu, can you please wash the pots? He'll say, fine. A good devotee, if you ask him, Prabhu, can you cook in the kitchen? He'll say, fine. A good devotee, when he's asked, Prabhu, can you manage the kitchen? He'll say, fine. Because he simply looks at the service. He is not looking at the position. He is simply seeing the service opportunity. Prabhu, can you please manage the temple? Fine. Prabhu, can you manage the zone? Fine. Prabhu, can you manage this planet? Fine. Prabhu, can you manage the universe? Fine. So that is a good devotee. Whatever service is offered to him, he just accepts it. He is not thinking, I am such a big devotee, why are you asking me to wash the pots? Don't you know who I am? Huh? No. That's not a devotee. A good devotee is he who is prepared to surrender any service without any consideration for position and power. He is humble. Therefore, his presence is so soothing for the atmosphere. One good devotee can create such a wonderful spiritual atmosphere around him. Because just by his example, everybody sees, oh, this is how I should become also. So please, let us remember that we have come here with a very specific purpose, with a very specific objective. And let's achieve that. Let's achieve that wholeheartedly. Then Krishna will be pleased. And when Krishna is pleased, what is there to achieve any more? Sharango Sharanagati hoibe jahar Tahar Prarthana Shune Srinanda Kumar. One who has become completely surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, listens to his prayers. Tahar Prarthana Shune Srinanda Kumar. So have this full confidence that when you become a good devotee, Krishna will give you everything. Krishna will give you so much that you cannot even imagine, you cannot even dream of. So why should we unnecessarily miss this wonderful opportunity? Let us become fixed up in Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly.